Guten Tag, ich bin Mike von Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and on today's video we're going to take a look at how to save storage space on your computer's hard drives and SSDs. Now some of you may already know that these things are like gold dust at the moment. They've become extremely expensive, so if Windows starts trying to hog a little bit more room than it should do, then clearly you want to do something about it. And on today's video, I'm going to show you two methods of actually clearing up a file which pretty much nobody ever talks about. And this is a hidden Windows system file which actually tracks all of the things you install or uninstall from your computer and just kind of holds on to that data, just in case. Now, some of you are probably wondering, well, that's all right, I use CCleaner or BleachBit and programs like that. Well, those don't touch it. Very surprising. I didn't know this until very recently, until I found a program which we'll take a look at very shortly, which will clean up your system, and on average, for most people, it will clear up somewhere around sort of 50 gigabytes of data. Some people have actually reported anything up to 327 gigabytes of data, and that's just from the people that have actually done the report and given feedback. Most people realistically can probably get 1 or 2 gigabytes, which in itself is still a reasonable chunk of storage, especially if you've only got 500 of them. So without further ado, let's head over to the computer and take a closer look. Bonjour, here we are on our Windows desktop. This is Windows 11. Now this works for Windows 10 as well. It is very slightly different, but you'll get the general idea. So the program, or the folder we're looking for, I should say, is called the Windows Installer folder. And it's completely hidden. So if you go into Explorer, go into your C drive, go into Windows, and then scroll down through, you're looking for a folder called Installer. And as you can see, it does not exist. It cannot be accessed. So what you'll need to do is to go on either View or click on the 3 dots there, go into File Options, go into Folder Options, and then View. And in View, you want to go down to Show Hidden Files, Folders and Drives. And also, this one here should be checked already, where it says Hide Protected Operating System Files, which is actually recommended. And I would strongly suggest not doing it this way. Do it the way I do it later on in the video. You'll get a warning come up saying that it's going to show stuff that you don't really want to and it could cause problems. For this instance, I'm going to say yes, but you shouldn't do this at all. Click on Apply. And now, by magic, you'll get extra icons appear and you'll see lots more folders. Now again, I would strongly suggest not doing this. I'll say it again, for those that are hard of listening, do not do this. This is the difficult way. Just so we're clear. So if we scroll down through now, we've now got our installer folder. And if you right click on it, choose properties, you can see how big it is. Now this one is actually pretty small because we've already cleaned it previously. But yours may be absolutely huge. This thing just gets bigger and bigger. Every time you install a program, every time you remove a program, it logs things and just grows and grows and grows. So we want to clean this up. So in terms of cleaning up, we can actually go into the folder. It's yeah, somewhat of a mess. So you kind of got no real idea what any of this stuff is. And again, some of them are actually quite big. This one here, large file. Large files. Some of them are tiny, but there are some larger files in there, which obviously you could do with getting rid of. So you don't know which ones are actually worth keeping, which ones are worth saving. And if you delete the wrong ones, Windows will get upset with you, which clearly you don't want. So let's revert our settings back to how they were. We'll go back into View, and we don't want to show hidden files. And also we'll hide the protected ones again. Click on Apply, go back, and if we go up again, scroll down through, you can see it is no longer there. So we haven't exposed those files. I've undone the work I've done. Now also, I would strongly suggest before you do this, make a system backup. Before you do anything on your system, really, you should do a backup or at least create a system restore point. It's a very simple thing to do. Please, just do it, just in case. You never know. That applies for all videos, not just this one. So let's get to the real meat and potatoes of this video. So let's go to GitHub and we'll look at this from NoFAFF. This is called Installer Clean. And yeah, you get the general idea of what it's all about. Go to Installer Clean and scroll down through. It tells you basically what it's going to do. It's cleaning Windows. It's an open source tool. It does it safely. It cleans up the Windows installer folder. basically does everything for you very easily. Now, some of you may wonder, is this actually a dangerous thing? Maybe it is if you do it wrong, but this is a safe program. So what this does is actually asks the Windows Installer API which files it actually needs, which ones are done with, because Windows actually marks them as unneeded. Bizarrely, the unneeded ones don't get deleted by themselves. They just hold on to it for some bizarre reason. So if you want to go through the contents there, feel free to do so. Links for this will be in the video description. But again, this is a folder that people just don't talk about. And there are other programs which have tried to do something similar before, and they don't do it as well as this one. So let's go back up to the top here, and we'll go to the releases page, and we'll go to 2.2.0, which is the latest one. So this actually checks for updates as well, so it's pretty cool. So all we do, scroll down towards the bottom. There's actually 3 versions of this that you can get. So you've got Installer Clean 2.2.0 Setup EXE. So that is a traditional Windows setup program which you can keep on your computer, and you can run this periodically, maybe every 6 months or a year, or whenever you actually think about it. So you can do that if you want to. There's also a portable version, a portable EXE, which is self-contained in a single executable. You can just put that on a USB drive and you can run it from there if you want to. Entirely up to you. You can run it directly. And there's the command line interface version. So there's a command line tool. It's still a single executable, but then you can create scripts, schedule tasks, and deploy it around your networks and environments, etc. if you want to. For most people, I think the portable version is going to be fine. If you want to keep it on your system, just do the setup version. So I think we would really want the portable EXE. Now, of course, this section here is just from VirusTotal, saying that it's been scanned and it's clean, etc. So those are the ones to check on. If you want to see more details about it, you can go there, VirusTotal, and yeah, it's absolutely clean, so that's fine. If you want to actually download it, there's the download files here. So you've got the portable, you've got the setup version, and the command line version. So we'll just go with the portable, this at the top here, and we'll save it to our Windows desktop. So that's finished. Very small program, 64 megabytes in size. So we can close this window now. So now we've got our Installer Clean portable version. So just double click it to run. You'll get the user account control because it wants elevated privileges. Click yes, and this is the actual interface. So it says there, any unneeded files below are safe to delete. They sit in the Windows installer left behind when a program was uninstalled or orphaned, or a newer patch replaced one or superseded it. So it tells you basically what it's going to do. What it's going to do, if you click on delete, it's actually going to delete it to your recycle bin. So it's not going to remove them immediately. It's going to give you a bit of chance so you can reboot your computer, make sure everything works, and then you can empty your recycle bin a little bit later. Alternatively, if you don't want them to go to the recycle bin, you can actually browse for a location to store them. So if you've got maybe a NAS or something, or just another drive on your computer, you can temporarily move them to there and then delete that at a later date. So on this scan, it says here 21 unneeded files to clean up, which is only 150 megabytes because we've done this previously and cleaned up about, well, it was a considerable amount more. I can't remember the exact amount, but it was a lot more. Your mileage will vary. It says there 46 files are still needed. So it's keeping hold of 1.44 gigabytes. And if you want to, you can click on details and it'll tell you exactly what each one of those are for. So whether it's drivers, things like that. So you can keep an idea. If there's something on here which you know you actually don't use or don't want anymore, you can actually uninstall it based on the size. So if there is one which is particularly large, which most of these are actually pretty small. So if you want to get rid of a particular program because it's big, like the Red Launcher or Epic Services, etc., you can uninstall that as you would normally and then run this again and it'll get rid of it. Hopefully that makes sense. So that is, so you can see what's going on. If you look at details, so these are the ones which are going, and it tells you why. So these have been orphaned. So again, we can get rid of those. Not really many of them. Mostly it's where it's been updated. So we can close that again. And yeah, now we're happy. What we can do is we can just click on delete. So it says here what it's going to do, delete 21 files. It's only 150 megabytes, so it's not really a great deal in this instance. Files will be moved to the recycle bin. If you'd like backup copies, please use the move button instead. So there's plenty of warnings here. You can just go on and do what you need to do. So I'm going to click on delete, and there we go. If you want to as well, to help with the reporting of this, you can send a report, entirely up to you. Also, if you want to add a tip jar, etc., you can do that, and you can scan again. So let's scan again, and it says now it's all clean. So happy days. We click on done, and that is essentially it. So if you want to clean up space and have a cleaner drive, remove some unneeded files from your system, I think this is a really good way of doing it. So there you go. If you're tired of spending more and more money on storage for your computer and you're looking at ways to trim down some of the fat, so to speak, I think this is actually a really good way of doing it. The program is completely free of charge to use, it's very safe, and it's very easy. You don't have to go dabbling around in the registry or anything. You can just run it when you need to, maybe every 6 months, once a year, maybe once a month if you're someone who installs and uninstalls programs extremely constantly, like I generally tend to, and perhaps you're the same, in which case I think this is going to be very useful. Don't forget, links for this will all be in the video description below, but I think that's going to wrap this one up. I've been Mike, this is Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and hopefully we'll catch you in the very next video. Oh, and by the way, if you're still watching this at the very end, do me a favour, actually post in the comments section how much space you saved, and potentially, for the person who saves the most space, there may be a small prize. Thanks for watching.